Okay, you've just clicked on one of the strangest how to draw a face videos on YouTube. I guarantee it. However, if you are interested in the anatomy of the face at all, you're going to keep coming back to this video to learn more about the inner workings of the face. I promise you it'll be worth your while. Please enjoy. We're going to build a face today from the skull all the way up. So we'll go through all the bones, and then I'll talk about all of the muscle groups. So this one really is for you if you are an anatomy buff, or if you just want to understand where the muscles are in the face, what's going on there, and maybe how they work. So it's going to be a whole bunch of Latin terms. I hope I pronounce them right. I will do my best as always. So let's get right to it. As I just lay in the skull here, you can see that I'm starting to add features. I'm not worried too much about proportion. This is more just about labeling the correct parts of the anatomy. So as I move through the nasal bone and the eye sockets, you notice this little bone on the side of the eye, and it kind of goes down to the cheek. This is what we call the cheekbone, but it's actually called the zygomatic bone. It's a really important one to get right when you're drawing skulls. And of course, dropping in the teeth. For the jawbone, another name for the jawbone, you could call it the mandible. Official anatomical name is the mandible, is the lower jaw. Moving to the top, we have the frontal bone. There are more bones that have fused, like the parietal and the occipital bone, and then temporal, but we'll talk about those in a different video, because that's more the side view of the skull that you would talk about those. So just the frontal bone you can see at the top. Let's make this a really creepy video by putting in some eyeballs. I've probably gone a little too small here, but this is just for demonstrative purposes anyway. Okay, to the muscles. Let's start with a really small one with a cool name. This is the mentalis muscle. And this one just helps you move your chin. On top of that, you have another one called the depressor labii inferioris. So what it does is right there in the name, it lowers the lips, the lower lips. So lower lips is labii inferioris as opposed to superioris. But so this one helps you to move your lips. On the side of the mouth, we see some little ones called the buccinator. And the buccinator muscles are basically mouth muscles, jaw muscles that allow us to move our mouths up and down. Of course, we as humans are bilaterally symmetrical. That means what we have on one side, we have on the other side. We are symmetrical about that center axis. Okay, all around the nose now, you have these little ones that allow you to move your nose up and down. And the main muscle, I would say, in this group is this one here, and it just runs along the side of your nose. This is the levator labii superioris. And we have some more little muscles that attach to that zygomatic bone that allow you to move your mouth. This is the levator labii superioris, and so this allows you to lift your lips up. And right beside that is the zygomaticus minor. And those ones just attach right to the zygomatic bone, the cheekbone. And same thing, they just help you lift your lips up, and they help you talk and move your mouth and do all kinds of things. We have some more muscles here just around the eyes, and these are the corrugator supercilii. These are basically your eyebrow muscles. They allow you to look inquisitive or surprised, up and down, moving your eyebrows up and down. You have your forehead muscles. Don't recall the name just at the moment, but they do allow you to move your forehead up and down. Okay, back down to the mouth. Attaching the mandible, or the jawbone, we have this muscle called the depressor anguli oris. And on top of that, in a ring, this is a really cool muscle. One of the coolest muscles of the face, I'd say, is the orbicularis oris. So this is a ring-like muscle that allows you to make that O shape with your mouth. Really important. And speaking of ring muscles, we have two more, one around each eye And yeah, this ring-like muscle is called the orbicularis oculi. So basically a ring around the eye. And it goes all the way to the eyelid. And I think I forgot this little muscle here. This is another one that connects the mouth to the cheekbone. And that's the zygomaticus major. That's right beside the zygomaticus minor. And so you can see typically these muscles tell you what they're attaching to and where they are. If they're inferior means lower, or superior means above. Major is the bigger one, minor is the smaller one, and so on. I'm sure there are more muscles that I'm not getting to, but those are the major groups. If you want to understand how the face moves and why it moves, that's it. So now we can have a little bit of fun here by adding some ears and hair and a hairline. Add some eyebrows and maybe some facial hair, and I'll just outline the lips and the eyes. So we have this handsome fellow here, and perhaps I'll just take an eraser and undo all of that work and leave us with a layer of skin on top of those muscles, just so our guy can go about living in the world. So there you go, you made it through one of the most unusual how to draw videos I've ever made, but hopefully this little anatomy lesson will help you somehow in your drawings. If you got value from this video, please do hit that like and subscribe button. And as always, happy drawing.